Hey fellas, CNC Woodworker here with you again. Just a real quick video, show you a little modification I made to my router table over here. Ever since I've had it, I've been wanting to do this, but as with most things I do, I procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate, and then want to get around to it. Half hour, 45 minutes work, and it's done. So there you go for procrastination. But anyhow, I've always had sitting over here my power supply for my CNC router, and before I put these edges on the board here to help hold down wild flying pieces of wood, it would just get covered every time I use it and cut. It would just get covered in chips and sawdust, and I didn't like that, and I'm always continually vacuuming it off and cleaning it off. And I thought, well, you know, if I put it underneath the table, that would take care of that. And I thought, well, that's a real good idea. Why don't I do that? So about 8-9 months later, I finally got around to doing it. That procrastination thing I told you about. I'm going to dismount this camera here and hold it underneath and show you what I did and where I put it. And that should take care of my problem I have with getting dust all over. See if I can get down underneath here and see that. There it is. I don't know if you can see that, but I just made a little L-shaped shelf, a bracket, whatever you want to call it, and then screwed it to the underside edges of the plywood table. And there it is. And that should be out of the way. It's no longer sitting up here getting sawdust all over it. So that's that. And I don't know if I showed these little side rails I put on here a few weeks ago. Again, as an attempt, as it throws the dust off both ways, to keep it on the table and not all over the room. That, with that and my dust collector, it seems to do a real good job of keeping the room much cleaner, much to my wife's satisfaction. And there we are. There's my router. If you notice, the yellow top router, the DeWalt 611, works like a champ. If you're thinking of buying one of these, don't buy it without the 611. I think Inventables has quit selling that little Chinese-made spindle they had. I think they don't even sell that anymore. And I think the 611 is their recommended spindle or router. But anyhow, it's worked great for me. My dust shoe is working great. My little power setup down here on the bottom is functioning fine. When I turn it on, I flip this switch here, and that turns on the power supply, and that turns on the router, and reverse the sequence, and everything shuts down. So just a quickie, wanted to show that. Finally got off my lazy doof. Of course, you know me, you've seen me in my videos with my bad back that I've talked about, and my bad knees that I have, and my small waistline, and my age. Getting up and down on the floor sometimes is an effort. So that's pretty much why I've put off doing this, but it's done now. Of course, then there's my vacuum system goes up, my little stand I made to hold the hose. And my shop vac is inside this quiet box, and then of course the bucket's on top, and my what's that called? Jeez, whirligig there for my dust extractor. There you go. Anyhow, that's enough of me not knowing what I'm talking about. There's my little Inventable sign. So only advertising I give them is right there. I am so far thoroughly satisfied with this software, with this whole setup. I have bought some aftermarket software, and thought what I was buying would do the face carving for me, but come to find out that it didn't. It wasn't included in that software. It's another $2,500 to get the software with the face carving in it. So I found another piece of software online. It's $150 that does nothing but carve faces, and I think that's what I'm going to order. And then the other software I got, it still does, I think, more than what Easel does. as soon as I get more familiar with it. Right now I'm still trying to find my way around it, but anyhow, just a quickie to show you that change I made, and hopefully that'll take care of my problem with dirt and dust and stuff getting on my power supply that I don't want there. So that's it for now. Wishing you all a very nice afternoon. This is a CNC router. We will share a CNC router. Boy, oh Heidi, come on, tongue and brain, get together. This is the DIY CNC woodworker, and we will speak to you again soon. Have a nice day. Goodbye.